They laughed at her, not quietly, not politely. They laughed out loud in a courtroom. The magistrate leaned back in his chair, smiling. The liars exchanged looks. Even the audience assumed the same thing. Just another woman, standing alone, no lawyer, no power, no chance. What no one knew in that room was that the woman they were mocking was the reason that man was wearing the robe at all. And in exactly 5 minutes, the entire courtroom would fall silent. The courtroom was packed that morning, wooden benches, low murmurs, people flipping through paperwork, already bored before the case even started. When her name was called, she stood up slowly. No designer suit, no entourage, just a calm black woman in a simple blouse holding a thin folder. She approached the podium alone. That's when the magistrate glanced down at the file and smirked. Are you seriously representing yourself today? He asked, half laughing. A few people chuckled. She nodded. Yes, Your Honor. That was enough for him. He leaned back, tapped his pen, and said, well, this should be interesting. The laugh that followed wasn't just disrespectful, it was dismissive, as if the outcome was already decided. He interrupted her constantly, corrected her phrasing, mocked her pauses, treated her like she didn't belong in that room. At one point, he said, Ma'am, this is a courtroom, not a personal storytelling session. More laughter, but she didn't react. No anger, no embarrassment, just patience. She waited, and that's what unsettled the room. Because people who are powerless usually rush, they panic, they explain too much. She didn't. Halfway through the hearing, she finally spoke again. Calmly, Your Honor, she said, before we continue, I'd like to clarify something for the record. The magistrate sighed dramatically. Go on. She opened her folder, not rushed, not nervous, and looked calmly and directly at him. I believe you were appointed to this position on March 17th, 3 years ago. The room shifted. He frowned. Yes, and? She continued. By recommendation of the Judicial Oversight Committee, final approval signed by the Office of the State Appointments. Silence. Then she said the sentence that changed everything. I chaired that committee. The magistrate froze, not confused, not amused, frozen. The audience leaned forward. The lawyers stopped writing. One of the clerks looked up sharply. She wasn't raising her voice. She wasn't smiling. She was stating facts. I personally reviewed your record, she continued, your conduct evaluations, your disciplinary history, and your character references. She paused. And I remember recommending you because I believed you showed restraint, humility, and respect for this code. The word respect hung in the air like a verdict. The magistrate straightened his posture. The laughter was gone. His voice changed completely. I wasn't aware, he said quietly. She nodded. That's the point, Your Honor. She closed that folder. You assumed I was insignificant because I stood alone. She looked around the room. You assumed wrong. The hearing was adjourned early not because of her case, but because something bigger had just happened. By the next week, a formal review was opened: courtroom conduct, judicial bias, professional misconduct. The same people who laughed now spoke in whispers, and the woman, she walked out the same way she walked in. No applause, no victory speech, just dignity. Never confuse silence with weakness. Never mistake simplicity for the lack of power, because sometimes the person you underestimate is the one who signed for your future. And the loudest lesson in that courtroom was taught without raising a voice. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe the channel, like the video, and comment where you are watching from in the comment section. And ring the bell for more like these.